with me? No, sweet. Okay, next we go to the guest speaker. Look, we try and bring you guys awesome guest speakers, and I feel like we deliver on that all the time. Again, it comes back to you guys suggesting things as well. Hey, have you thought of this person, thought of this person? And Mark Hopkins, the man himself, came up to me a little while ago and said, bro, I have had the sickest work done by Sione. He's carved up my bill. It's an amazing job. I think he'd be a really great speaker for the club. Thanks heaps for that suggestion, brother, because we put that forward, went to Sione, and he said, I'd absolutely love to come and do that. We have the man here. He's an absolute gentleman and a true master of his craft. Some of his work is up here. Please don't touch it, just come and have a look, because these aren't his, this is work he's done for clients. We've got antlers, we've got sword bills, we've got marlin bills, we've got necklaces from beef bones. So if we can all give Sione a big round of applause as he comes up and tells us a little bit about himself and what he does. Thank you very much, Sione, bro, you're the man.
Hello, everyone. Sports Fishing Club for inviting me. It's a real privilege to be standing in front of everyone that shares the same passion about fishing and the respect that they have for especially these magnificent fish up here, their bills. My wife said that I don't really listen to her, but I didn't realize that there'll be a lot of people here tonight, and speaking in front of people is not one of my strengths. So when I got the invitation to come to the club, my wife asked me, "Have you written down or thought of anything to share?" I said, it's not something that I have to make up. You know, I just want to share my passion and what I do. But I'm glad I did listen to my wife, and then I wrote down a few things that about myself that I want to share tonight, because I thought the invitation was only the committee, like a few committee members, but I think I didn't read the invitation right. So, you know, I'm pretty sure my wife would be really, really happy that I listened just this once, and I'm glad I did. For those that don't know me, my name is Sione. I'm originally from Mawa'u, another island part of Tonga. It's an hour flight from the main island. So if you go by ferry, I think it's 24 hours, but it's an hour flight from the main island to where I come from. I'm a third generation carver. Carving has always been in my family, and I was blessed to watch my grandfather work. I sat beside him and watched him turn bone and timber into life from a very young age, and I did the same. I watched my dad did the same. At the time, I didn't realize that one day that I'll be doing the same. So like I said, carving has always been, you know, in my family, traditionally. From granddad, my dad, to me, my brothers, we all do it. But, you know, moving from, when I graduated from high school and moving to New Zealand, I didn't really actually do the craft. I went into warehousing and managed a few warehouses, New Zealand carpet, wire product companies, trucking companies. I did all that. But for somehow, like I said, this is something that we do traditionally. It's in my blood, it's in our blood. So it's not something that I picked up from school or anywhere. So I'm quite I'm quite honored to be able to preserve some of the memories that anglers have. Instead, you know. Sorry, I'm a bit all over the place because, like I said, it's not my strength standing in front of, especially a lot of people like this tonight. But anyway, when I developed my own skills, I wanted to create something that is unique while honoring generations before me. That's how I found my passion for carving marlins and swordfish bills. Living here in New Zealand, surrounded by incredible fishing communities, I saw an opportunity to create something different. Instead of a bill sitting in a shed, a garage, a freezer, I wanted to turn them into something that told a story and could be proudly displayed for generations. It certainly wasn't easy. I made plenty of mistakes along the way. Every mistake taught me something new. And over time, I developed my own style. Even today, I'm still learning with every piece I carve. Every bill has a story. One thing I learned is that no two bills are ever the same. Every bill has a different imperfections. Every fish has lived a different journey. And every client has a different story. Because of that, I never copy a design. Every carving is created to suit the shape of that individual bill and the story behind it. Some bills remind me of a person's very first marlin, the fish they've dreamed about catching their whole life. Some have traveled all the way from Australia before arriving at my workshop. Others have spent years sitting in a freezer because the owner wasn't quite sure what they wanted to do with it. I've also had the privilege of creating carvings that honor loved ones who have passed away, celebrate club records, personal milestones, and unforgettable days spent on the water. Those stories are what make every project special. People often ask me what my favorite part of the job is, and honestly, it's not the carving, it's the people. You know, some might not believe me, but for me, doing this, it's not about the carving, it's the people. Through this work, I've met fishermen and women from all over New Zealand and overseas. Many have started as clients, but they have become genuine friends. We all come from different backgrounds, but we're connected by one shared passion, the ocean, fishing, and the memories that come with it. Those friendships means more to me than any carvings could. I just wanted to share something. I've asked Uncle Pete here if I could share the story of how we met, and he said it's all good. 26 years ago, Pete was in Wawa'u, where I come from, and he went over to a house where he saw an old man sitting on the grass doing some carvings. And before Pete returned, he purchased a piece of carving, a mother and a calf, carved out of whale jawbone, and he brought it back to New Zealand. A few years ago, Pete got in contact with me. He wanted me to do some carving for Jet and Marshalls. These bills are in front of me. It's something special to him and his boys. Fast forward to make the story short, he brought over the carving he bought 26 years ago to show me. What he didn't realize, that carving was from my dad. When I saw it, any design or any carving that Dad did, doesn't matter if it was before I was born or while I was born, if I didn't see him working on it, I can tell it's his carving. I can tell his design. When I finished doing these bills for Pete, we already discussed, how much it cost. And I said to Pete, would you mind if I keep my dad's carving and I'll do those bills for you for free? And this is what I'm talking about. Clients that have become friends and family. Pete didn't want his carving for free. He paid me full price, and he also gave me my dad's carving. Sorry, when I talk about my family, I always get emotional because, like I said, carving runs in my blood, and it's not something that I picked up, but friendship that, people, like I said, people means a lot more to me than carving. It tells a lot of who Pete is and his family. I said, keep the money. You wanted to give back my dad's carving to me. He wouldn't take that. He paid me full price and he gave me my dad's carving. I just want to share that, Pete. I really appreciate you and a lot of respect for you. I'm sure a lot of you guys here know Pete longer than me, but that just shows who he is. So I got a lot of respect for. I call Pete Uncle Pete now. So yeah. Not long ago, about 2 years ago, I've landed my first marlin. I've carved hundreds and hundreds of bills within New Zealand and Australia, some from the States, Hawaii, but I've never, my dad took me out fishing in the islands and tried to catch a marlin, and what I know now, I don't think we were fishing for marlins. We were fishing for snappers of the gears we were using. But that's our goal anyway. But I'm the first one in my family to ever catch a marlin. After years of trying with my dad, and I thought he was the man, but not realizing we didn't have the right gears, the right boat, or the experience. But I enjoyed the time that I spent with him. Like many of us that, catching the fish is part of it, but the time that we spare with our loved ones, our mates, our dads, our sons on the water means a lot more. So I caught my first marlin with another mate, a client that has become friends, really close friends out in Kawhia. Took 24 minutes to land the marlin. Honestly, I have a lot of respect for you guys who goes out there fishing. 24 minutes for me that I almost died. If it was 25 minutes, I would have been dead. Like I told the story and people don't believe me. I have a lot of respect for the fishermen, the women here that fish 7 hours, 8 hours. After we came back, we cleaned the boat and had a couple of beers and thought little brother said to me, man, we've never seen anyone winding non-stop. And then I said, what do you mean? He said, 24 minutes non-stop. And I said, what? Can I, because that's what they told me before we went out. Whatever you do, don't stop winding. So 24 minutes, I keep winding non-stop until we got the fish onto the boat. So they said, yeah, when the fish takes off drag, you should have that's your time to rest. I said, I knew that, but you guys told me before, don't stop winding. 2 years ago, I'm not in a rush to go back again and do another one. I've landed my fish. So yeah, 24 minutes. I don't know if I could do even an hour. 7 hours, 8 hours. Even kids 14, 15, 16 years old, they go do it for hours and hours. I've done their bills, and then I have a lot of respect for them. And people, I always say to them, kids in New Zealand are built different. That's what I mean, because me, I almost died in 24 minutes. Anyway, I think I've gone over my time. Yeah, I'm sure you guys can tell that, it's not my strength to stand in front and talk. Just to close off, I'm just grateful for the invitation, grateful to the club, Mark, Pete, and everyone here. Probably I've done some work for some of you guys, but not familiar with the phases because, so if I don't say hi, please forgive me, but I'm truly grateful to be here, sharing my passion, our tradition and what I do to be able to preserve these memories for you guys. Just a lesson that I've learned, if carving taught me anything, it's these simple lessons. Be patient, respect the fish, respect the people behind every story, and never stop learning. Your reputation is built on one job at a time. And passion always beats talent if you're willing to keep showing up, learn, and improving. I just wish when people look at one of my carvings, I hope they don't just see a marlin or a swordfish bill. I hope they remember the day they caught it, the people they shared it with, the laughter on the boat, the early mornings, the long fight, the photos at the end. Those are the memories that matters. If I can preserve those memories for families to enjoy for generations to come, then I know I've done my job. I hope next time you look at one of your own bills, you'll see not just a trophy, but a lifetime of memories waiting to be told. Maloa pito and have a good night.
There you go.